Well, Neil, it's ultimately a 1-0 defeat, but can you take a lot of positives from that game?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, having not played since the 4th of January at Maidenhead, the boys 100% needed the game. And with the level of opposition and the standard of team that they put out today, many players that have been playing in and around their first team and have had many minutes in league football, I think it was a really good test for us on our first game back. And for ourselves as a group, we had many changes, obviously 6 or 7 trialists in today, and obviously a little bit of a change of shape to try and get players playing minutes, which was important for us. And I think all in all, in the end, the positive from it will be that we have came through the game, and obviously disappointed to lose. But if I take about the attitude of the group, no complaints. I mean, I think it was around the 70th minute mark when they broke on us on a counter-attack from a corner kick, and every single player sprinted at their absolute maximum, and that's what we expect within the standards of the football club. And I think out of possession I have no problems today. I thought the team gave everything. I just think in possession we lacked that little bit of quality, and certain individuals obviously missing would obviously add to that. But we certainly obviously in possession didn't do as well as we have been doing in recent months.
Pleased with how you did defensively. The likes of Kane and Tristan, it looked pretty solid as the game went on.
Yeah, and I'm like, listen, there's many different stories again. If you take Kane's been in his house for obviously the last 2 weeks, and to put on that level of performance from himself in an individual perspective is incredible. You know, he lasted the whole 90 minutes, which is testament to the way he's approached those days and the fitness level of the group. And I thought he was one of the outstanding players in our team today.
Some fantastic saves from Nathan as well. It's good for him to get even more minutes.
Definitely. Again, another player who has been out for a long period of time. Came back and played the last half hour at Maidenhead, and then obviously got a start within the B team today. And I thought first half he was terrific. You know, I mean, he won fantastic save midway through the first half. And obviously he's a little bit disappointed in the way that the penalty came about. But I think we could have defended it a little bit better as well. And I think that it was harsh on the boys, because I think the least they deserved was a clean sheet and a 0-0 draw. I don't think we did enough to win the game overall, and didn't create as much as we have been creating. But like I said, going back to Nathan, I thought he, with the rest of the group, his attitude and his mentality was good.
It's a great game for us as well to come to a place like this and play against players that have played a lot more games than a lot of our players.
Yeah, you know, it was a real men's first team game of football, and that's what we want. And listen, credit to Wycombe for getting the game on. You know, obviously it was meant to be at Bisham Abbey this morning, and obviously with the weather over the last 48 hours that proved difficult. So listen, they obviously played here last night and the pitch was in fantastic condition 24 hours later. And as I said, the most important thing for us was to get a game under our belt and we move forward.
Obviously saw the likes of Lewis and Aaron, they've both been involved with the first team recently. How do you feel they did? Do you think it was good for them to get a good amount of minutes in the legs?
Yeah, definitely. Listen, they need minutes. You know, that togetherness that we have at the football club, we've spoken about this a number of times, and that's one thing Thomas, Brian and myself really look at, you know, finding that balance between being up obviously training and maybe getting some minutes as they got at the weekend in the FA Cup and in the previous round. However, it's important we keep them at a good level, that if they're called upon and they have that opportunity, that they're at maximum fitness levels.
And B team wise, look at Hemel Hempstead on Saturday, another game, another different opposition really, I suppose.
Yeah, and I think that that game in particularly and the following week, I think there'll be a little bit of a transition within the group. You know, there's a number, as I said, trialists are coming to the end of the transfer window. We had that previously at the start of this campaign, and then once it settles down, as you see, we were on an amazing run with 6 wins obviously before today. So we will obviously dust ourselves down, train properly towards the tail end of the week and get ready for the upcoming games.